Good morning. It is week 5. We've made it to a somewhat even number. And today we have our first time trial, which is going to be interesting. We're swimming the full 1900 meters today to see how long it takes us to do it. And I guess we'll use that from now on as a sort of metric to figure out how we're improving. My only worry for today is keeping track of the laps, because go swim some laps and you'll understand that you can easily gaslight yourself into thinking you've only done like 2 laps when you've done like 20, or thinking you've done like 30 laps when you've only done 10. It sounds weird to explain, but trust me on this one. I'm going to be like constantly questioning how many laps I've really done. So that's a bummer, but oh well. Last week wasn't great. We got sick towards the end of it and kind of took it easy on the last couple workouts, which is never good. But what can you do, you know? All you can really do is just put that in the past and focus on the next week. So that's what we're doing. It is Tuesday, November 11th, which means we are a little less than 6 months away from race day, which sounds kind of crazy. I'm not sure if that makes me nervous about our progress or like kind of hyped up, but I think today's time trial will really kind of give us a good measure of whether I should be feeling nervous or excited. So let's get to it. "47 minutes and 20 seconds, which I have mixed feelings about. Let's start with the bad. First off, 47 minutes is very slow. Like the average male of my age will finish that in about like 40 minutes. So a little behind. I also think I need to work on like pacing myself with the swim, because I kind of got out feeling like that was it. Like we're done. Like I did not feel like I was really moving very fast. I was more focused on just getting through it. And I don't want to, with this whole race in general, like, yeah, it's my first one. And yeah, getting through it is its own accomplishment, I guess. But I want to do well. I want to do it as fast as I can. And I just did not feel like I was able to push myself very hard during that swim. It's just sort of like, oh, we're done. Okay. Also, I don't like swimming in a pool because I feel like I suck at flip turns. Actually, like I don't even do flip turns. So I feel like I lose a good bit of time whenever I like get to the end of the pool, because I have to like I swim up and then I grab the wall and I do an awkward like meh, and whenever I kick off, it's like the saddest little jellyfish like because because I do not gain much, if any, momentum whenever I do that. However, I guess you could argue that is like a somewhat decent analog of like whenever you have to like spot and like see where you're going, because I didn't even think about this until recently, where like when you're swimming in the ocean, you have no idea if you're going straight or not. So you have to like look up every once in a while and like figure out where you're going. Now let's move on to the good. I guess it was sort of a segue because I didn't feel like I pushed myself. I felt like I had a lot more in the tank. That was all right. Also, my legs feel almost completely fresh, which was kind of the goal, because I might have mentioned this earlier, but like my goal for the swim is to almost entirely use my upper body. And then once I get out, I'll have my legs saved so I can absolutely crush it on the bike and on the run. Because after all, the difference between 40 minutes and 47 minutes is not that much in the grand scheme of things. Because think about it, if I sacrifice 10% on the run, but gain 10% on the bike, that's a lot more time that I'm making up on the bike, since I'm on the bike for longer. The equivalent, I would say, is I used to powerlift. I was never very good at it, but I used to powerlift. And there's 3 lifts: squat, bench, and deadlift. And the thing is, you never worked your bench quite as much as you worked your squat and your deadlift, because even if you made great progress on the bench, like a 20% increase, that's going up, what, maybe 30, 40 pounds in your lift, in your total amount of weight that you're lifting, because that's how powerlifting is scored for the most part. But if you gain a 20% in your squat, bench, or deadlift, that's like 60, 80, 100 pounds right there. That's just to say that there's more gains to be had in those bigger lifts as opposed to bench. And I think that's the same way with triathlon. It's like there are more gains to be had in the run and the bike than in the swim. But all in all, for our first time trial, that's not bad. I would like to get to the point where like I can easily accomplish that in 40 minutes. That'd be nice. So that's the goal, I'd say. 40 minutes. I think if we can shed those 7 minutes and 20 seconds off, I think we'll be in good shape. I'm just noticing these circles around my eyes. I'm not going to be able to unsee that now. Jeez. But anyway, that's it for the day. So good start to the week. It is Tuesday, so it's sort of not the start of the week, but you get the idea. It is now cold outside, which is going to suck for our runs, but we're going to have to push through like the champions that we are. So it's going to go swim, run, bike, run this week. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Day 2, running. Just got to hit a quick 4 or 5 mile run today. So let's get going. Day 3. Kind of just a general training update. Today we have cycling. Earlier this week, I actually went to the gym and I hit legs. For one, I noticed that my legs were kind of getting smaller, which I honestly was kind of surprised by because I've been doing a lot of cycling. And 2, because recently my knees have started to kind of hurt, which I have never really had before. Like I typically notice it a lot when I'm cycling, that like I can't feel like I can put in a lot of effort muscularly, if that's a word. But I can't put in as much effort as I'd like because I'd start to feel my knee kind of pop and feel weird and kind of gross and crunchy, which I guess in turn has caused me to not gain as much muscle in my leg as I had honestly imagined. So I think that I'm going to get back into lifting a little more with my legs. I had originally stopped because I figured, I'm running, I'm cycling, I'm doing all this stuff. I probably shouldn't lift with my legs because that would probably lead to overtraining. But you forget that a big part of muscular training is for injury prevention. So here's my plan. We alternate every week which of the big 2, running or cycling, we do twice that week. So this week it is 2 runs this week. Last week it was 2 cyclings, and we alternate. So I figured based off of what the upcoming week is like, will determine which part of the legs were really hitting hard. So this week I had 2 runs. So I didn't hit my hamstrings as hard because you use those a little more when you run, but I hit my quads really hard. And next week I'll probably hit hamstrings and glutes more because I won't be running as much and less likely to, pull my hamstring. And great idea of mine. Thank you, me. I hit legs after I do this. I hit legs after I do the swim, so I won't drown. But it's not like I'm using my legs on my swim anyway. So overall, I think we have a solid plan so far. I think it's going to improve our cycling. I think I'm going to be in less pain, like less bad pain. You know what I mean? Like my legs are going to hurt by all means, but like my knees won't hurt. That's what I'm worried about. I think in general, the effort hasn't quite been there. Like I'm 5 weeks in, and I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm not really giving it my all each day. I'm just sort of going through the motions and just getting through the workout, which is never good. And I kind of feel like it's applied everywhere else in my life so far over the last few weeks. And I kind of want to turn that around. So if you're gonna do something, why not give it everything you got, So, which is why now on my Friday night, I'll be going to cycle. We got 1 hour, 3 by 10 minute intervals. Let's go get it. Day 4. 9 miles.